Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Ultimate Decades Challenge. The year is 1320, and we are kicking off a brand new decade in a brand new house. Last year, Brayden was informed of a piece of land the landlord was trying to find a tenant for, and Quentin managed to secure that land for Brayden and Fatima. Or Fatima. I've heard it said both ways. Rosemary, Kaylin, and the three youngest kids are going to be staying at the old farm, while Brayden, Fatima, Frederik, and Adriana have moved to the new holding. I know that's not strictly permitted by the rules, but the autonomy in my game has just not been working right with all these Sims in the household, so this is the best way I found to split them up, and also to give me an opportunity to use this amazing build by one of my very good friends. Do check her out on the gallery. Her ID is Dwalius2, and I'm going to be taking you on a tour in just a moment. I had to reuse the same lot in Windenburg because I needed the 64 by 64 size. So I've actually reconstructed the Barrow Farm in Hentford, so that's where the rest of the family is living now. I did have enough simoleons to buy the new lot, but I did not have enough for the reconstruction in Hentford, so I did have to cheat that. I don't want to make things too easy on myself, so what I've decided to do is actually have us owe the value of the reconstructed lot to Quentin. We can say that over the course of a few months, he bought several expensive gifts to sway the Lord in our favor, so Brayden now owes that money to him. So this was a strategic move on Brayden's part to get more land for the family, but it's also going to cost him. We already owe about 5,000 simoleons to each of the Barrow kids, minus Stefanie and Frederik, who were already paid, and now we owe an additional 36,000 to Quentin for gifts that he gave on our behalf. The way that I'm going to play this is that the kids who don't have their inheritance can't get married. For the girls, we'll count this as their dowry, and for the boys, we'll consider it's what they need to ensure they can actually care for a wife and kids. As for the debt, Quentin won't come after us as long as him and Brayden are best friends, so we can pay gradually when we have the funds, but if they ever have a falling out, or if he dies and then his wife and his kids are in charge, then anything's fair game. They might not have the patience to wait for us to pay in our own time, so they could attempt to take us to court over the unpaid debts. Also, since I'd like to make sure we're always slightly in danger of bankruptcy, I'd also like to use the rule for tallage from Plumbob's and the Past's rule set. So starting this decade, at the end of each decade, we are going to roll to see which percentage of our lot value we owe in taxes. And if we can't pay within 2 years, our main sim and his oldest son go to jail until we manage to pay. It'll be between 10 and 60% of the lot value, so this has the potential to hurt a lot. And this, of course, is in addition to our regular in-game taxes. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think I'm making it too hard on myself, or do you think this is fair? I feel like making money in The Sims is pretty easy, and I like having something to strive for. So this way we have a bit of a time limit to pay everything, and it'll give me a good reason to try out different ways to make simoleons. With that out of the way, let's do a little tour of our new home. So over here on the left, we've got a little mill. It's currently serving as a sort of storage area, but we could always turn it into either a shop if we want to, or maybe a small cabin for one of our kids when they get older, or one of our siblings, our mother, or anybody else who might be moving in with us. Over on the right, we've got some space for chickens and livestock. And we've got a first plot of land here. I already started doing a little bit of planting with what was left in the inventory. We've got our archery targets, and back here we have another plot for farming with a little flower arranging bench here. And then we have the main house over here. So we've got our kitchen right at the entrance here, and in the back over there is the pantry with the fridge, and we've got some space for our bottles of nectar. On the right over here is the dining room, and we've got a separate little room here for, well, originally this was going to be for Rosemary, but since she stayed at the other farm, we can either give this room to somebody else who's going to be staying with us, so maybe Frederik or Adriana. And then down here, we've got a small hallway where the loom is. This is actually a computer to allow me to use the MCC settings. And then on the other side of the kitchen over here, we've got the main bedroom. So this is going to be Brayden and Fatima's bedroom with some space for the little kiddos. And then if we keep walking, if we keep walking through here, this was originally another small room with a bed, but since we don't have any kids yet, I have made this into a sort of makeshift bathroom. I probably should put a curtain in front of that, but we can do that later. So over here is the kids space. So we've got a bunch of toys here. We have a toddler bed and we have a bunch of bunk beds in case Fatima and Brayden decide to have lots of kids, but I don't think that's going to be happening. At least, well, we'll see. Maybe they'll surprise me and they'll have triplets or something. So that is the interior of our little house here. And over here, we have a pond for fishing and a stable for 2 horses. So this is something that I'd like to do now that we've got a lot less Sims in our household. We can start maybe concentrating on animals a little more. I really plan to have Brayden and Fatima have less children than Brayden's parents did, just so that we can have more time to focus on activities and animals and less on managing a household with 10 Sims in it. So like I said, I did get started a little bit on the farm. If you're wondering why Frederik and Adriana followed us to the new holding, it's to help Brayden and Fatima get the new farm up and running as soon as possible, because we are starting almost from scratch. All the food disappeared when I moved the fridge into our inventory, so we're gonna have to go foraging and fishing until the next harvest. In fact, I am going to have these guys finish planting and watering all of the new plants that I have been adding here. And then I am going to be going to the market to buy some things to plant for the summer. Would you say that Fatima likes flirtation? Well, I think I would say that, and she better be flirting with her husband and not with Frederik. Okay, good. So I'm actually going to have these two have a little woohoo before we start the day to try and get these babies coming. Okay, let's go have a little woohoo while his siblings are doing his work for him. Oh, I said things to plant for the summer, but we're already in summer. So what I did when I swapped the lots is that I already did the summer harvest so that I had a few things to plant here. And I think I have a bunch of blackberries left, so I could always use that to maybe craft some nectar, get some more money, because this is all that we have left right now. And of course we have lots of debts. And if I want to marry anyone off, then we are going to have to get funds rather quickly. I'm just gonna have Fatima or Fatima. Oh, our well is broken. She's going to repair it. Okay, I'll let her repair that, and then we're gonna go check and see if she's pregnant. And oh my goodness, the autonomy is working. Incredible. Maybe getting a new lot has also helped with fixing autonomy. One thing that something very strange that happened is that I got a bunch of bicycles on the old lot that just sort of appeared overnight. I'm not really sure what happened. I think it may have been an issue with an override that I was using. In any case, it was scary and creepy and I hated it, but that might be why I was having so many issues with the old lot. Maybe it just had a lot of leftovers from bugs. And so starting off on a new lot might actually help us with the performance. All right, so let's have her take a pregnancy test and see if we are going to be having our first heir on the way. She's expecting! All right, it took us a while, but we got there. And she is tense. Is it because she doesn't want a pregnancy or is it just because she's a teen? Let's take a look. Does not want a child right now. Oops, does he? He also doesn't want to have a child. Well, I think it's because they're teens. I mean, they are young. Maybe she's having some apprehensions, you know, she didn't really know her mom much. She didn't have any good female figures in her life. So maybe she's a little bit tense about becoming a mom. And Brayden, well, I don't know why Brayden wouldn't want children. Maybe he's just a little bit overwhelmed with everything that's been happening in these past few years. Can I have these two maybe help each other through it? Oh, jealousy, express suspicions. Yeah, let's not do that just now. Ask if pregnant. Actually, ask to marry due to having a child together. I didn't realize that this was an interaction. I should have had Eleonora do this. Announce unwanted pregnancy. I hate using that interaction. It shouldn't be unwanted. I'm still gonna do it. Maybe she's just feeling really stressed out and that's why she's going. Oh, that's a really well-placed curtain. Oh, I hate when they're all unhappy. It should be good news for you guys. Unwanted child on the way. They're offered to go to counseling. Maybe we can say that he's offering that they should go to church, you know, and just ask around in the community to, oh, they're going to counseling. Oh, okay. Well, I guess maybe they're going to church and going to ask for some tips. All right, well then. Meanwhile, Frederik is not having a fun conversation with some birds. We're gonna need some food, so I think I'm actually gonna have him go fishing for now. All right, so what we can do is we can start buying a few animals. So I think we're gonna get a cow and we are also going to purchase a few chickens. So starting over is actually a lot easier now that we actually have a little bit of funds. All right, so I have a mod that gives us some extra options. There, let's get a duck, a goose, a rooster, and 2 hens. Start with that. Oh, look at the duck. He's so cute. He kind of reminds me of the goose in Untitled Goose Game or whatever it was called. Of course, with a shorter neck. Here, we've got Frederik in his element now. He's actually got animals to take care of. This is the life that he was meant to live. Oh, it's just going everywhere. All right, Brayden and Fatima are back from counseling and have returned merged together. So is there anything that he can say now to improve how he feels about this? So he needs to engage in more activities and conversations that may help him accept the situation better. Okay, so let's organize to provide for the baby, maybe? You know, reassure each other that everything's under control. We're gonna be great parents, even though we just moved out to be on our own. Oh, I think we've got a welcome wagon over there. Yeah, welcome wagon. Well, I mean, it's the same old lot, but technically we're supposed to be at a new lot, so we'll take it. And free food, so I'll have Frederik come and greet them. I'm in my first trimester. I wasn't really wishing for a child right now. Pregnancy has its good days and bad days. Overall, it's a beautiful experience. That's true. I'm in my first trimester myself, and it's not currently a beautiful experience, but you know, second trimester is better. Looking forward to it. Alright, so I'll have these guys come and introduce themselves. So, of course, we've got Lionel here, who was Shanna's brother. We've got Cersei, who is the second wife of Gemma's first husband. We've got our witch here. And we've got Eleonora's mom, that I don't think she would be very happy to come see Frederik. Excuse me? Why is Brayden always the one being flirted with by all sorts of people? No, stop that. You're married. Your girlfriend is pregnant. Come on, man. All right, well, Adriana and Frederik have a difficult family dynamic. All right, then. Yeah, she's right to complain. I need to get Brayden out of this conversation. Let's go make some food. Huh, we apparently have eggs. I don't remember where we got these eggs from, but, great. Oh, the food did appear back in our inventory. Oh, I was sure it disappeared. It wasn't there the first time I checked. Oh, well, that makes things a lot simpler. I guess Rosemary sent them off with a big bundle of food just to make sure that they wouldn't be needing it. Those two are flirting now. Poor Stuart. He has no luck with his wives. Oh, great. And now Brayden has a romance bar with him. This guy would have been your uncle, man. All right, I'm gonna have everybody have a little bite to eat, and then we are going to be sending them out to the market. She's stealing our milk. Excuse me? That's our milk. Get out of here. Put that milk down. She's gonna leave with it, isn't she? Oh no, is he flirting again? He is. No. Send him home. Get out of here. Did she see that? All right, at least Fatima didn't see that. She's sitting out here with Adriana. Please leave, Lionel. Brayden seems to be really popular with older men for some reason. What are you even doing? Why would you eat here? There's a table right there. Maybe he doesn't want to go sit next to his creepy uncle. I just realized that there's no sink in this kitchen, so they can't actually clean their dishes. Let me fix that. There we go. So we've got a bowl on a chair over here, and I also changed the table. Maybe it was an outdoor table, so that's why they didn't want to go. All right, so before it gets too late, we are going to be heading off to the market. Man, Brayden is really stressed out. No wonder he had 2 cardiac explosions. All right, here we are at the market. I have brought everybody along, and we've got a kid swinging here, Osbert Taylor. I might as well have Adriana go and say hello. She can always use a few friends to go play. And let's have Fatima come over here. Oh, the market guy isn't here yet. Oh, great. Looking period appropriate, sir. I'm gonna have her haggle first. Oh, great. Another period appropriate. Oh, it's the king. The king is the vendor. Wonderful. All right, so I grabbed a bunch of ingredients. Osbert just became good friends with Adriana. That was fast. What is this now? Club cosplay? What? His cosplay replaced his normal outfit? Are you kidding me? What? Why are you naked? I fixed you. Well, whatever. Oh, great. Boba Fett is here. Or is that Jango Fett? I don't know. And Fatima's gone to puke in a bush. Alright, well, she's feeling absolutely miserable, so we've got our ingredients. We made a new friend. We might as well as... Oh, poor Fatima. I'm so sorry. Let's go home. Alright, so I'm gonna have this poor woman go and take care of her needs, while the rest of them are going to come and plant what we just bought. Oh! Stefanie gave birth! Oh my goodness! I completely forgot that Stefanie was going to be giving birth today! Oh my! Okay, let's give this little girl Nicolette. Okay, it's a name. Oh, she had a little girl. All right, awesome. So we're going to go and look in on them in just a moment. I just want to get these guys done with all of their planting. Oh my goodness, I completely forgot about Stefanie. Okay, so here we are in the Townsend house with Stefanie, who has just given birth to her first little baby, Nicolette. I am gonna have her come and kiss her little baby's forehead. Let's take a little shot of this, our first Gen 3 baby. All right, so we are going to have to roll for these girls. We are gonna roll for Stefanie first. She just needs to avoid number 1. 19, she is fine, and baby needs to avoid 5, 10, 15, 20. 1. Okay, good thing that's the order we did those rolls in. While we're at it, we are gonna do the infant roll as well. 8. 8 is good. Perfect. Okay, so Gen 3 is starting off lucky. We have got, why is she so tense? It's hideous, revolting. She hates island decor. Sorry, Sheila. This isn't your house anymore. All right, so that's wonderful. Little baby Nicolette and Stefanie are both healthy. Yeah. All right, well, it is the end of the day, so I think I'm going to hang out a little with them. I'm going to send them to bed, and in the morning, we are going to have little baby Nicolette age up into an infant, and then we are going to go look in on the Verviers household, where baby Ghislain is going to be having his toddler role. Oh. She only has 3 baby tries, so with only 2 baby tries left, I don't think I'm gonna have them be in a rush to have another baby just yet. I will not have them try for a baby, because we also have Brandon's mother, Sheila, who is going to be giving birth in a few days. Now, I don't normally roll for townies, and she isn't even a spouse or anything, so I wouldn't normally roll for her, but since they are living together and Stefanie is going to be the one basically probably trying to pass off this child as her own somehow, like, that baby's going to be a lot smaller since they're going to be like 3 months apart, but maybe she can try and pass them off as twins or something and just have one be really smaller than the other. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna make this work, but I kind of want to roll for them just to be fair. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. And the bicycles! What the This is so creepy. Why? And the worst part is that they aren't even on our lot. So, oh, look at Lionel stuck in this horde of bicycles. They're not even on our lot, so I can't like mass delete them. I have to like individually come and destroy them. So I'm going to be doing this while our Sims go to bed and we wait for the next day to come around. All right, we are now the next morning and I don't know what technology she's complaining about. We are gonna have this little baby aged up into an infant. Yeah, I know, your house is trash. All right, Nicolette, you are a sensitive little infant. Oh, and it looks like she got Stefanie's hair and little brown eyes. I think that's from her daddy. All right, so everybody is healthy in this household. I am going to go look in on the Verviers now. All right, so here we are with the Verviers. We are going to go look in on little baby Ghislain, who for some reason is in the servants' quarters. All right, so one thing that happened in this household behind the scenes is that our young Gamal here, who is our servant, has gotten married to Sophronia, who is over here, and oh, her baby is in the main house instead of being in the servants' quarters. But yeah, so they recently got married, and she has just given birth to little baby Serafina. And so she is meant to be living in the servants' quarters, but you know, it's The Sims, and The Sims just do whatever they want when they want, apparently. So we are going to come take a little look at baby Ghislain, Gemma's last child, because it is his toddler birthday. He cannot roll 4, 8, or 12. And he's fine. Gemma did die giving birth to him, and we kind of went through a lot of work to get Gemma resurrected, so I wonder if we should give him immunity to death for, I don't know, let's say until he reaches a young adulthood, or should he have maybe, let's say 3 get out of death free cards, so to speak? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Is that too cheaty, giving him 3 ways to cheat death? I mean, there's also going to be the war and there's going to be the plague by the time that this guy is an adult. So he's got quite a few deadly opportunities waiting for him. So it might not be too cheaty to give him a few chances to cheat death. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, or if you have any other ideas. All right, so Ghislain was calm and he is now, he has a thinking developmental delay. And he's imaginative. Okay, I can live with these. That's fine. Oh, and he's kind of cute just as he is. And he actually looks like Lucan. Oh, and Serafina also aged up, and she is a wiggly infant. Aww. Yeah, he actually looks a lot like Lucan, I feel like. So, no questionable parentage for this kid. I can hear someone crying. Oh, he's crying over Julien. The child who is not your child. Okay, so that was it for this household. We are going to go back to the Barrow house. All right, so we are back with the Barrows, and Fatima is still feeling quite sad. So, you know what? I think I'm going to have Brayden come and talk to her again, and they are going to go to counseling again, or how about early parenthood class? There. We're going to try and get these guys at least a little excited to have their first child. Oh, she's so cute. She has such a tiny baby bump. There. All right. So these two are going to go out to, I guess it's going to be the church again, or maybe the midwife. They're going to go and meet the midwife and have her talk them through how everything is going to be working. So those two, meanwhile, are arguing. So that's great. I'm going to have Frederik come and take care of the animals, which is the only thing that he seems to genuinely enjoy. So while Frederik is taking care of a few chores, I don't really have much to do with Adriana, so I think I might actually have her have a little gathering with a few kids just so that she could get a few friends, and, you know, who knows, maybe some of these friends will eventually be suitors for her. There we go. So I've just started a club gathering, and the first one here is actually our cousin Zane, so I'm gonna have her get to know her little cousin here. Alright, so we've got a bunch of kids arriving. So I'm just gonna let these guys interact a little and have fun until Fatima and Brayden come back from their class. Oh, and they're back. Oh, that was quick. one other thing I'd like to get going. Brayden has been asking around to try and find a wife for his brother Frederik, and he did get a chance to meet a widow who is in the market for a husband to help with managing her farm because her children are still quite young. So I am going to have Brayden invite her over so that she and Frederik can meet. Okay, so Fatima is feeling a little focused from having gone to the class, but she's still pretty sad about her pregnancy. Is there anything else that I can do to make her feel a little better? I guess I'll have her go buy something for the upcoming baby. I swear, all of her money is going into this counseling. It's fine. It's for a good cause. All right, so here she is. This here is Adelaide. Adelaide the Lorm. I'm gonna have Brayden come and invite her in. So she was actually created by, here she is. So this is Adelaide the Lorm. She was a lady in the family that I got her from, and well, these two, I believe, are actually makeovers of some of my Sims that died and then I uploaded to the gallery, because we have Anne Hale, who was one of Gemma's kids, and we have Thalia the Lorm. Thalia was one of the Baker kids originally. So I'm just hoping that she isn't also one of my deceased Sims that I'm bringing back into the family, but I don't recognize her at all. So I thought she looked pretty cute, so I decided that she would be the Sim that I would use as a widow, as a potential romantic interest for Frederik. I didn't even mention who the creator is. So the creator is Euphorica Siren. And in fact, the description is even my original description for my Sims that I uploaded on the gallery that didn't make it in my save game. So that's scary, but you know, she doesn't look like our family, so we might be fine. We are inviting her in, and he is going to call over Frederik to come and meet her. So we are going to have him do a friendly introduction. Fatima bought something for the baby. It was added to her inventory. Oh, she bought a little toy. Okay. Buying something for baby. She doesn't want this child, but is trying to act like someone who would want it, hoping it may help. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Might as well send her to a birth class while we're here. Okay, so let's have these two meet. Okay, a good first impression. That's promising. Independent and capable. That's what they think of each other. Okay, so let's have a conversation here. Maybe he can get to know her a little. Oh, and she's complaining. Always a good way to start a relationship. She's conservative. Okay. No, he might ask her about her life. How many children has she had? You know, what happened to her husband? Her husband actually passed away in the famine. And she has 3 children, but they are all quite young and too young to help on the farm. And she has quite a lot to manage on her own. And so she has been searching for someone to come help her out. I guess I might as well ask about her day. Maybe he'll ask her about her farm, how big it is, does she have any animals? Fatima's phone is ringing. I've heard you're pregnant. Aren't you ashamed at your age, the worry you're putting on your parents? You're too irresponsible. Cough, Noah. It sounds more like a prank call than anything else. Actually, one thing we could ask her is if she wants more children, because that's something that could really scare him away, you know? Oh, I can't actually ask about that. I think I saw talk about fertility somewhere, so we can always talk about that. Yeah, we're gonna talk about fertility in the sense that he's just gonna ask, you know, are you interested in having more children? How do you see your future? And I don't think she is interested in having more children. I keep having them get to know each other, and she's unflirty as well. And I'm not sure why it's not coming up. Mention selfless generosity. Sure, why not? Ask due date. She's pregnant? Who? Huh? What? Oh, it's a prank. Oh, it's a prank. Sarah, maybe ask about romantic interests. So their relationship is going up really slowly. And she just walked out on him as soon as he asked. So maybe she isn't the one for him. I thought it would be a pretty good way to fix things, you know, that she's a widow, she's got her own land, he can move in and take care of the farm and not worry about having kids or having to flirt with anyone. You know, he is unflirty, and He did also proposition Brandon, so maybe he isn't into women as much as he thought, you know? Eleonora is the one who propositioned him, so maybe he just sort of said yes and wasn't really sure about where his interests were, and that sort of cemented that maybe he's not into women at all. Ask what happened? Okay. So being with a widow who doesn't want more children, I thought would be pretty perfect for him, but they're not really getting along. I mean, all she does is complain so far. Oh, that was kind of dramatic. Oh, she's fine. But they've got all these really positive sentiments, you know? Independent and capable, happy memories, adoring. He wants the best for Adelaide and thinks she is so wonderful. It's like she walked in here and he's like, wow, she's really got her shit together. She's a really wonderful woman. And meanwhile, she's just complaining. There, give props. Why not? Maybe he's really, you know, impressed that she's managed to keep her farm up and running alone all this time. With 3 children to take care of as well. What? Are you kidding me? They are both unflirty. And I deactivated No Strings Woohoo, and I did restart my computer this time. And look at these two. My game is out of control with the woohoo. In the shower, in front of all of these kids playing. Are you guys kidding me? There's no getting out of this. It's just, my Sims are like woohoo obsessed. Okay, well, we're gonna let them have their moment, and then I think we're just gonna go ahead and arrange a marriage because apparently they're getting along better than I expected. Brayden, maybe you can also go out. What is it with Frederik and all these bad decisions that he keeps making? It's like, I thought he would be the responsible twin, but no, apparently not. There, let's have Brayden go buy something for the baby. I mean, he's done all the classes already. I'm not sure what else I can do to get him to accept this pregnancy. Even poor Fatima, I don't know what I can do to get her to make peace with it either. I mean, she's done pretty much everything she can. All ready for this. Oh man. I feel so bad for her though. Alright, so these guys are done. And I think we're going to arrange a little marriage between these two. There we go. These two are now engaged. So, after having a little woohoo, they're both unflirty. What? How? Anyways, so I guess these two had a serious conversation and they agreed that it would be a good idea for them to... Oh, bills. Right, so they probably had a conversation and realized that they're a pretty good match. And they could probably do something pretty good with her farm. And okay, all of our money is officially gone. We are going to have to get into nectar making pretty much ASAP. I also have a bunch of wool that Fatima got from Rosemary. Adriana likes cerebral Sims. Huh, interesting. She's a tomboy, but she likes cerebral Sims. That's fun. Right, so Fatima has a bunch of wool that we could probably use a spinning wheel to make into thread. Brayden bought something for the upcoming baby. So if these guys don't get over their feelings soon, I think I might have to cheat it because I feel like the pregnancy is advancing really quick and I'm not really getting an opportunity to have them make peace with it. And I mean, I get that she might not be entirely ready. Maybe she's a little bit stressed out with what the whole birthing process entails, but I'm not really sure why Brayden, who's really more of an ambitious type and who has been looking forward to having a family and, you know, being really man of the house, I'm not sure why he would feel so stressed out and kind of sad about it, you know? Oh, he's so in love with her. I mean, we can always have them have a little conversation about it. Or here, let's have them go to counseling again. Okay, so Adelaide is on her way home. Hopefully she is not pregnant because Frederik is not supposed to have any pregnancy tries. So we're gonna have to send those two to get married and then move in and then never go into their household again to make sure that they don't have any accidental babies. And her phone is ringing again. I've heard you're pregnant. Kaylin, you are not the best person to judge that. I mean, the worst would be if Frederik was the one to say that because he really dropped the ball. All right, so Adriana managed to make a few friends. Let's see who these guys are. Right, so Osbert is a little more well off. He's the tailor's son. In fact, the tailor died in the famine. And then we've got one of the fisherman's kids. We've got, I think he's a Blackmore. Yeah, he's Lionel's son. And of course our cousin. So I'm not sure yet what kind of guy Adriana's gonna go for. She likes cerebral sims, so that is interesting. I was kind of thinking she might go for her old friend who's now a teen, Corey. Oh, and apparently she's forgotten his existence. So Corey was one of the outlaws, and I thought it would make for some interesting drama that she wouldn't know that the person who murdered her brother is actually his adoptive sister, but apparently she forgot about him, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe when she ages up into a teen, we'll make a teen club and see if there's anyone she wants to... Oh! Fatima is now ready to try to make peace with her pregnancy! Yay! Alright, let's go. Oh, boo. Okay, let's make peace with this pregnancy. Make peace. That's it? That's making peace? Oh, yeah, same girl. Oh, and there we go. We've made peace. Except that we haven't because the baby's still unwanted? Are you serious? Can I see? Does not want a child right now. I don't know if it bugged out, so I'm just gonna cheat it for now. Because I don't want her to have a moodlet for the rest of the kid's life that this is an unwanted kid. So just give me a moment. Thoughts on being pregnant? Okay with being pregnant. And would be happy. Or we can always say neutral. Brayden, on the other hand, I feel he would be happy, so I am going to change that wish for him as well. Okay, so we're gonna have her come and take care of a few of her needs, and that is disgusting. Adriana, thinking about cake and stomping away. So it is the end of the day, and it's the end of the half year. So I'm going to be leaving this part here. Today I'm actually pretty happy with everything that's been happening. We had Frederik get engaged to a widow, so he's going to be getting settled very quickly. And Fatima is now pregnant. Stefanie had her baby, and both mother and baby made it through their roles, so that's amazing. And Gislain over in the Verviers household is also going to be surviving for a while yet. So pretty much just good news this year, apart from a little bit of drama with Frederik woohooing outside of marriage again. But you know, what can you do? So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.